So former Vice President Joe Biden sent a letter this week to media executives demanding that President Trump's personal attorney, Rudy Giuliani, be blacklisted from TV networks because Biden doesn't like what Giuliani is saying. That's the first thing. Meanwhile, in her tweets, Democrat Senator and presidential candidate Kamala Harris keeps tagging Twitter founder Jack Dorsey, demanding that President Trump be banned from Twitter because Kamala Harris doesn't like what Trump tweets. That's not all. In New York City, liberal politicians passed a new law that threatens to fine private citizens $250,000 if they say illegal alien in a way that the New York City politicians believe is derogatory. If you call Immigration and Customs Enforcement, likewise, you can be fined $250,000 because the New York City government says that is discriminatory. At the same time, the radical left-wing group Antifa continues to deploy violent mobs to try to stop classical liberal Dave Rubin from speaking on college campuses, causing campuses to jack up the security fees they charge Rubin in hopes that Rubin won't be able to afford the cost and will cancel his speeches, because Antifa doesn't like that Rubin challenges political correctness in his speeches. In fact, Media Matters, which is funded by George Soros, has weaponized this cancel culture to try to get all conservative commentators banned from the airwaves. Their latest target, of course, was the Daily Wire's Michael Knowles, because Knowles factually stated that climate activist Greta Thunberg suffers from mental illness. And Media Matters didn't like what Knowles said. In Ohio, a teacher didn't like what a 6th grade boy said either about biology. So the teacher reported the middle schooler to the principal because the student said there were only 2 genders biologically. And the principal threatened the kid with suspension because the school administrators didn't like what he said. It's not just the U.S. either. In the UK, a Christian doctor was fired from his job after he'd worked there for 26 years because he declined to call a 6-foot bearded man madam in accordance with his Christian beliefs. Do you see the pattern? If you do not adhere to the radical leftist ideology, Democrats will silence you. The Democrats claim to be about tolerance, but they're not. The Democrats claim to want everybody to live your truth, but they don't. If you don't adhere to the Democrats' political agenda, they will use everything in their power, from cancel culture to political correctness, from employers to the government to violent mobs threatening people's safety, to shut you up. That is the truth about the Democrat Party. And that's my final point.